It is 5:25 a.m. on a narrow street in Hanoi. Goyanthy is holding a welder. The switch is not on. A man stands behind her, watching her hands. She knows something about his bike that he doesn't know yet. Telling him the truth will cost her everything in her cash box. She hasn't moved for 30 seconds. The welder is still cold. Hoa arrives before the streetlights go off. It's 4:30 in the morning. 11 motorbikes are already waiting when she unlocks her stall. She doesn't look at the queue. She looks at her tools first, checking they're in the right order. The same order as yesterday, the same order as always. She learned that habit from her husband. He taught her this trade. He's gone now. The stall is still here. Hoa is still here. She's 44 years old, and she's one of the only women doing this job in this part of Hanoi. Last month, her 2 mechanics left for factory work. Steady hours, steady pay. She didn't replace them. She couldn't afford to. So now she opens alone. One of the 11 bikes belongs to Min. He's a Zayom driver, a motorbike taxi. He needs his bike back by 6 a.m. He has an airport run booked. If he misses it, he loses the fare. His daughter Lin is 7 years old. Her school fees are due Friday. Ming is standing next to his bike. He is watching Hoa's hands. It is 4:45 a.m. Hoa works fast. By 5:10 a.m., she has the wheel cover off Min's Honda Wave. The old brake cable is in her hand. Then she sees it, a hairline crack in the front fork, thin, almost invisible. You'd never see it from the outside, but Hoa is looking in exactly the right place. And now she can't stop looking. The crack is small. She's seen cracks like this hold for weeks, sometimes months. She could replace the brake cable, put the cover back, and say nothing. Min makes his run. She clears her queue. Nobody knows. Except she knows, and she knows what Hanoi's roads do to a cracked fork. The potholes, the buses, the loaded trucks that don't slow down. A cracked fork doesn't always fail, but when it fails without warning. She cannot unknow what she saw, so she tells him. Min doesn't believe her at first. He asks her to show him. She shows him. He goes quiet. Then he tells her the truth. He has 90,000 dong in his pocket. A new fork costs 380,000. He asks her to weld it. She has a welder right there. She could do it in 20 minutes. But Hoa knows what a weld on a cracked fork under road load actually means. It's not a repair. It's a delay. Days, maybe, not safety. While they're talking, 2 riders in the queue start their engines. They pull out and leave. They can't wait. The queue is shrinking, and not in the way Hoa needed. Hoa calls the one supplier she trusts who opens early. He has the fork. With her trade discount, it costs 320,000 dong, but installing it correctly takes 90 minutes. It is 5:25 a.m. Min's airport run leaves at 6 a.m. The numbers don't work. There's no version of this morning where Min rides a safe bike to the airport on time. Hoa has 2 choices. She lends Min 320 dong from her own cash, money she needs for parts orders this week, fixes the bike properly, and pushes her whole morning queue past 8 a.m., or she sends Min away. He finds another driver to cover his run. He may walk to a cheaper stall, a stall that will weld the crack, say nothing, and let him ride. Little Link still needs her school fees paid by Friday. Hoa is standing with the welder in her hand. The switch is not on. She hasn't decided yet. This is the moment to stop and ask one question. Who actually holds Hanoi's traffic together? If you've watched Hanoi from above, from a bridge, from a rooftop, from a video online, you've seen what looks like beautiful chaos, millions of motorbikes moving in every direction at once. No clear lanes, no obvious system, tourists film it. The word that always appears is the same, chaos. But Hoa is not chaos. Hoa is the opposite of chaos. Vietnam has more than 70 million registered motorbikes for a country of 97 million people. In Hanoi alone, millions of bikes move every single day. They're not a choice for most people. They're how nurses get to hospitals, how vendors get to markets, how children like Lynn get to school. This infrastructure doesn't maintain itself. It's maintained by people like Hoa. Before the city wakes up, in the dark, with tools she's used for 19 years, across Vietnam, there are hundreds of thousands of small repair stalls just like hers. Street corner operations, family businesses. Each one run by someone who opens before sunrise and catches the crack before it becomes a catastrophe. And here is what that word chaos actually misses. Every single one of those stalls runs on a decision. The decision to say what you see, even when silence is faster, even when silence pays better. What looks like chaos from above is being held together from below by people making quiet, costly choices that no camera records. Hoa puts the welder down. She doesn't switch it on. She calls the supplier. She orders the fork. Then she opens her cash box and counts out 320,000 dong. She hands it to Min. She tells him the part arrives in 30 minutes. She tells him installation takes 90. She tells him he won't make the airport run today. Min is quiet for a long time. Then he nods. He doesn't say thank you, not yet. He sits down on a plastic stool at the edge of the stall and watches her work. By 7:15 a.m., the fork is installed. The bike is safe. Min rides away. The morning queue didn't clear by 8 a.m. It didn't clear by 9 a.m. 2 customers from the original 11 didn't come back. Hoa doesn't know if Min will repay her. She doesn't know if she made the right business decision. But she knows one thing with complete certainty. She saw the crack, and she didn't look away from it. Nobody recorded it. Nobody thanked her for it. The city moved on without noticing. It is 9:30 a.m. Ho is still at her stall. 3 bikes are still waiting. She picks up her tools. She starts on the next one. Every city that works has people inside it that the city never sees. Hoa is one of them. She holds things together with a standard she learned from someone she loved. Applied alone, in the dark, at a cost no one notices. What makes a person keep choosing honesty when silence is always cheaper? And who is the Hoa on your street? The person your neighborhood quietly depends on. Tell us in the comments.